Okay, this one's going to be a bit of a shocker, I think, for a lot of you out there, because you know how much I love my little Class B motorhome here, and how much work I put into it and all that. But one thing a lot of you don't know is how many vans and RVs that I've had over the years. In over 16 years of doing this, I've had over 16 vans. We could just say one a year, but some of them being Class C's and Class A's as well. But not always one a year. Sometimes I'll have one for a few months and flip it and buy something else, and sometimes I'll have one for a couple of years. And I got a good offer on this for this motorhome. I wasn't even putting it up for sale, and I got a hell of an offer for it a few months ago, and I turned down the offer. And the guy who wanted to buy it is now in the Philippines until at least the end of summer. Now, usually what happens is I decide to sell a vehicle and start again, or do something different when I find something that really catches my eye. So, for example, if you just walked up off the street and said, Justin, here, I'm going to give you $30,000 for this. Like last week, I would have said, sorry, I'll take your number, but it's not for sale. You know, I guess everything's for sale for the right price, but you know what I mean. But something caught my eye today. It is a cube van. Yeah, I know, it's quite a bit different. A cube van on the street, and the guy's selling it, and I took a look at it, and I fell in love. It's halfway converted. It is absolutely beautiful, and it's something that I would love to do. Now, I could go out and buy it, and then I'll have two vehicles again. But I just sold the ambulance. I don't want to deal with that sort of thing. So this is the way I'm looking at it. I'll just put it out there. There's a lot of people out there looking for Explorers. I'll listen to offers. If somebody makes me an offer and is either close enough or is willing to deal with having it shipped to wherever they are, there's a possibility I could let this go. And then put my resources and put the money into this cube van, which would cost a lot less than this, to be honest, because it's not finished yet. I would sell this with everything intact. The fireplace, the entire solar system, all the LED lightings, the battery upgrades, everything that I've done to this, bumper to bumper. And just start with a fresh slate on the new vehicle. But only, this is the way I look at it. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. I could force it by throwing this on Craigslist and making a quick buck off of it and going off and buying the cube van. But I look at it this way. If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen, which means that somebody's going to come up and say, Justin, I want your Explorer, and here's the cash, and the deal's done, and then I go off and buy the cube van. That means it was meant to happen. If the cube van sells in a few days, and I don't have this sold before then it wasn't meant to happen, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'll just say, oh well, maybe something will come up again in the future. So I'm not going to panic about it, freak out about it. I love this thing to death, and honestly, I would probably cry for a week if I do sell it. But I'm just saying, I've done this before 16 times now, and I'll probably do it again one day. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. Maybe it'll be next week. Maybe it'll be next year. Maybe it'll be 5 years from now. Who knows? So I'm just putting it out there. Any of you out there that are looking for an Explorer that's heavily modified and ready to live in, turnkey, beautiful condition, send me a message either through my YouTube channel inbox, and I'll also drop my email down below there. And I'll just see what's out there. You never know who's watching the video. You never know who's going to make the offer that makes it happen. But if the vehicle I'm looking at gets sold before a deal with this happens, I'm not going to sell it. And I probably won't do this again for a long time, because the type of vehicle that I spotted is something very unique that wouldn't come around very often. So, just saying, guys. Anyways, don't freak out. It's not like my YouTube channel is going to change. I'm still going to be doing the same thing, and I'm still going to be living on wheels one way or the other. But things change. Some people move their furniture around in their apartments once in a while to change things up. Some people completely change their RV to change things up. So it would be a fun project. The vehicle I'm looking at would be an amazing project. It would probably take a good 6 months to a year to get it all fixed up the way I'd want it to be. But it's something I'm willing to do. So, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, and I do crazy stuff like this once in a while. So stay tuned. You never know what happens. It might be a business as usual tomorrow. It might be something else. We'll see. Keep on rocking in the free world. Hey, so what do you think of van life?
Van life's f***ing awesome. Keep on